Hello and welcome to the Classical Guitar Practice Room. I'm James Caldwell. Today we are looking at the theme from Swan Lake. I recorded and posted a video of this piece over 10 years ago. And it's one of those videos of mine that continues to get views. And not too long ago, someone commented and requested that I do a video lesson on the piece. So here it is. I'm playing this piece from Jason Waldron's Popular Classics of the Great Composers, Volume 2. There are 6 volumes in this series, and I own all of them, and they're all very good. But I will tell you that Volume 2 is easily my favorite of the bunch. It has a lot of great music in it. This arrangement of Swan Lake is fairly simple, and it's in the key of A minor. So let's get into the music here. The piece is in 4/4 time, and as I said, it's in the key of A minor. So during the first 8 measures, our fretting hand frequently returns to this A minor chord form. Occasionally, we place the pinky down for an F. However, there are things that draw us out of that A minor form, and eventually we fall back into it. So let's take a look here at the first measure. So right away we have a couple of open strings here, then the 2 fingers on the E, but we can't put A minor down yet. We're going to move our 3rd finger over to the F here for these 4 8th notes. 2nd finger moves over to the 3rd string A, open B, C, D. So first measure. Now in the 2nd measure we get the open strings again, A and E. And here we're falling into this A minor chord form. We don't have our 3rd finger down on the 3rd string A yet. So here's the 2nd measure again. Into the 3rd measure, open A and E again. Now we get that 3rd finger down on the 3rd string A. And we have our full A minor chord down. Pinky goes down for this F. So 3rd measure. Now in the 4th measure, I like to play this A with my 2nd finger. So it pulls us out of the A minor chord form again. We play the E with the 1st finger. Then the 3rd finger comes down on this F again. And as you can see, this A is tied. So we've already played pinky on D. Still holding down the F, we go to C on the 2nd string, open B. So 4th measure. 5th measure, back on open A and E. Now we're going to do something a little different here. We have an F sharp with A and a B, and then we have an F natural with C, followed by D. So for those 4 8th notes, we can play it with 1 and 3 both times, and we shift our hand down and then play the 2nd string with the 1st finger. So our 1st finger will go from the 3rd string A to the 2nd string C. Now you could play that with 2 and 4 on the F sharp and A, and come down with 3 and 1 for the F and C. But they've written in the music 1 and 3 for both, and I like playing it that way. On to the 6th measure, open A and E again. And so we're back in this A minor chord form through the 6th measure again. 7th measure, we're back down with our full A minor. Pinky on F. I believe that's the same as the 3rd measure, so here's the 7th measure again. 8th measure, just notes in the A minor chord there. A, E, 5th string A, back to A. Now for the remainder of the piece, it does something a little different. It gets away from that A minor chord form. We have an open G and B, C, F and D, E to F. That's measure 9. Measure 10. We have E in the bass here, open B, and a high G. F, E. So this 10th measure again. In the 11th measure, we just have A on the 3rd string, F on the 6th string, open G to F on the 4th string, open G to A. So this 11th measure. 12th measure is open B to D sharp on the 4th string, A, E. So we're getting back to an A minor form here. C, B, A. 12th measure again, G. Next line, it's the 13th measure. We have G in the bass and an open B, followed by a D. C, followed by a D. F in the bass with D, followed by a D. E to F with D. Notice that every other bass note in this measure is the open D string, so we're kind of pedaling on that D string. 14th measure, G on the 1st string with a low E string, E on the 4th string, open G and B, F to E, on the 4th string F to open G. 15th measure is A, D on the 2nd string, F on the 1st string, open G to F on the 4th string, C, open G to A. So this measure is just a weird arrangement of notes. You have to go through it slowly. The first three, A, D, F, that's really just a D minor chord. Open G to F, C, open G to A. Again, I'll just play through this one again slowly. Now, on to the last line, measure 16. Our 3rd finger, we were just holding A in the previous measure. Our 3rd finger will come down on the B flat. 4th finger comes down on D. 1st finger on F. We're going to hold these 3 fingers down. The 2 finger has to reach over and grab this F to open D. Now the next 2 notes are the B flat and the D again. We already have them down. And then followed by an F again. We have to stick the 2nd finger out for that 4th string F. Followed by the B flat again. So if you walk into this and just keep those fingers in place, you can get all of these notes out. Now for the next measure, we're just going to shift this figure up 1 fret, a half step. B natural, D sharp, F sharp, and now the 2's reaching for F sharp on the 4th string. Followed by the B natural. Then the 2's going to move over to this D, D natural on the 2nd string, and G sharp, and the 1 finger goes down for the E. Again, we're just taking what we had in the 16th measure and we're shifting it up a half step here. And then we move the fingers around. 2nd finger comes over to the D natural and the pinky comes off. The pinky then goes up to the G sharp. Then that E. And then we repeat. Play through the whole piece again. On the second pass, when we get down to this last measure again, we go on past the repeat sign to little A minor triad there and end on the 5th string A. The only other point I want to make about this piece is that it's a fairly simple arrangement. And normally you would expect to hear an orchestra play this and it would sound huge. And on the guitar, especially a simple arrangement like this, it sounds very small, even tiny. So playing it expressively, drawing as much tone from the instrument as you can, helps keep the beauty of the piece. And another thing is sustain. Some of these measures begin with just a single note, such as measure 11, it's just an A. So we really need to hit that note strongly. That is the strong beat of the measure. Next measure is just a B. So for those measures that begin with just a single note, hit them strong and let them ring as long as you can. Here's another one. And another one. So watch out for that. And with a little effort, you can make this piece sound quite impressive. Well, thanks for joining me today in the classical guitar practice room. I hope you enjoyed this piece, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned to my channel for more classical guitar related videos. Until the next time, I've been James Caldwell. Thanks for watching.